Welcome to Redeemer Online, where we bring you a relevant current glimpse into the Redeemer community, as well as next steps to grow closer not only to our church, but also to each other and to become more like Jesus. If I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you before, my name is Pastor Terry, and this is your October Top 10. If you haven't joined us before for the Redeemer Top 10, let me give you an idea of what that is exactly. Throughout each month, we take suggestions from the Redeemer staff, from our volunteers, and even members of the congregation to come up with this top 10 list that we feel is really important and has impacted not only our church, but also those of you who are online and the surrounding community. So let's dig in right now to this month of October. And our first two come from growth groups. The first one is Conversations on Zoom. Now you may wonder, why did she say growth groups with Conversations on Zoom? Because that is an area where individuals gather together every single Sunday at 11:30 a.m. after our last service. And they discuss in a group setting on Zoom their concerns and ideas about the sermon that they've just heard, and then they spend time together in prayer. Number two, growth groups. This is an opportunity for individuals to continue in that group setting. And there are many groups that meet here, some of them on Zoom, and some have met in the building in the past. But everyone is continuing to meet in a group. Community is so important. And so as these individuals meet together, they end up sharing prayer requests and just life in general. Hey, we all have things to talk about with life these days. So it's a great way for people to stay connected during this time. Number three, prayer. You know, I mentioned earlier that we gather information from even staff members. And I'm going to read this verbatim from our staff member, Annette Beesman. And these are the words that she shares. I've been greatly blessed by the ability to submit online prayer requests to our team of 50-plus prayer warriors, particularly over the past couple of months, as my parents have had major health challenges. Sometimes I'm too exhausted or overwhelmed to even know how to pray. It's a major comfort to me to know that at the click of a keyboard, this team rallies around us and prays. I don't know about you, but I've had times in my life too where I need that prayer. So if that's a concern that you have today, I encourage you to go to redeemermn.org and click on the prayer request form and submit your prayer request so that we can be praying for you. Numbers 4 and 5 of our top 10 come from the youth area. I always get excited when we start talking about the youth because they are the generation that's coming up. And the first one in this area comes in regards to Megan Squire, who is a 12th grade student. She shared a powerful testimony of God working in her life. God used a message titled, "You Are Not My Enemy," to grab her attention, ignite her faith, and begin an incredible journey of forgiveness. Redeemer Youth is always finding ways to highlight and share student stories of God at work. And so if you would like to hear Megan's full story, I encourage you to go to the Redeemer Youth Instagram. And then on October 25th, number 5, we had 7 students who confirmed their faith in Jesus Christ through Redeemer's confirmation program. We celebrated with them and we're excited to continue to walk with them in their faith journey. And I know that if any of you have middle school or high school students in your life, you could enlarge that faith community by inviting them to Redeemer Youth. Numbers 6 and 7 on our top 10 list come from facilities. You may not know this, but we have a group of faithful, talented men who volunteer countless hours here at Redeemer. When COVID caused in-person events to suspend, these men took advantage of an empty building, and they have been so faithful to repairing and remodeling many of the areas here in the building. It's been a healthy outlet of purpose, fellowship and activity for these individuals during this strange season of life that we're all going through. They really are a blessing to Redeemer, and Redeemer has been a blessing to them as they've been here. Now this number 7 may seem small to you, but it's life-giving because this is something we all need. We have installed a new bottled water filter fountain. Now, what does that mean? That means that you can use your own water bottle, bring it to that fountain, and fill it up with cool, refreshing water. This is something that all of us have been looking forward to. So when you're back in the building, I encourage you to look for that in the building. Not going to tell you where it is, so you can have a little bit of a treasure hunt in finding that. Number 8 for us this morning is worship. You know, October saw the launch of Redeemer online segments, and there are many, and this is one of them, top 10 itself. Numbers 9 and 10 come from the area of being the church, outreach, outside these walls of Redeemer. One of the exciting things that happened in the month of October is that we had a group of individuals that went to Mexico to build a home. Now, in order for that to happen, there needed to be some fundraising that was done. And there was an individual that said that they would match $4,000 if Redeemer brought in $4,000. And guess what? Redeemer, as usual, brought in more than $4,000. And that was matched, and so those funds were used to build that home in Mexico. And you know, Redeemer was the first one to go down and build a home since restrictions got lifted. And so what a blessing to that one family to finally have a home. And I know that means so much to all of us because we've been in our homes. And so imagine if you didn't have a home to go to. Now this one family, and it's just the beginning of many more. Number 10 is being the church, again, outside the walls of Redeemer. And this month of October, we have been gathering items for individuals to take down to the Harbor Light Salvation Army Shelter. And so there were coats that were brought in, there were blankets that were brought in, there were hygiene items that were brought in, and also the opportunity for meals to be distributed. And so there again, Redeemer, you stepped up to the plate and you are blessing those who are not here. You know, I hope you have enjoyed this time with us together this morning. I know that each of you may have something that you would like to share. So would you please contact us and let us know what that would be. Maybe next month one of your ideas will be on the top 10. So once again, thanks for joining us for Redeemer Online. If you would like to know more about our community here at Redeemer, you can certainly go to Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, or visit us at our website, which is www.redeemermn.org. Blessings on your day.